there is a certain portion of the old school part of the tabletop role-playing game hobby that I sometimes criticize. Some of the people in that part of the hobby will say that I'm saying what I'm saying or making the videos that I'm making so I can get attention. I don't know how. So let me explain to you what really happens when I do talk about these people. I get almost no attention. I get half the views that I would normally get on a video. I don't get people subbing to me a lot of times for those specific videos. And I know that before I make the video or make the statement on social media. I know it doesn't draw me attention. Yet in their delusional mind, in their egos, where they think they're so great and they think everyone's paying attention to them, they think that I'm going after them to get attention. Well, I get no attention going after them. I mean, I'm sincere. I get none, right? If I avoided criticizing them, I'd be better off. But I think some of what they do harms other people in the hobby, and it harms the old school section of the tabletop role-playing game hobby. That's why I criticize them. I see it as unnecessary, but I never do it to get attention because there is no real attention to get. I have no idea where the ego comes from. It's obviously delusional, but let's be real. Most of the streams that come from this group of people, tabletop role-playing game streams, they're lucky if they can hold on to 10 viewers for like 2 hours. And these are people that are, have way bigger channels than what I have. There's a couple of them that can hold on to like maybe 40 or 50, somewhere between 40 and 100 they can hold on to for a few hours. But that's like 2 out of many, right? And they're lucky they can even hold on to just under 100, right? When they should be getting more, but they're not. When you do see successful tabletop role-playing game amateur streams, it usually is outside of the old school section, and you'll notice that the people on the stream, well, they're not playing PlayStation, and they're not painting toys. In reality, how many people really want to watch a couple people on a stream half-ass their approach, say very simple-minded, generic things as they barely pay attention to what's being said by other people, because they're painting toys and playing video games? Well, not many people want to watch that. That's why these people have a very small audience. And when you do get to the couple, good streams that are happening in the old school, what happens when you bring these people onto those streams? Well, for that YouTube channel, that's some of the worst streams that they'll have when they look at the numbers, right? When they look at their likes and views and whatnot. You'll see their worst streams have people, painting toys, playing PlayStation video games. As a viewer, how am I supposed to take you serious if you don't take the conversation serious? You don't take the topic serious. Well, then I don't want you there. I want people that are going to be there that are going to focus on having a conversation about a topic, right? And that's going to be the interesting part for me. And if you're not really participating in that, if you're like painting a toy and it gets to you and you say some generic thing, I don't even want to hear you speak. I don't want to have to watch you paint your fucking toy. I don't want to watch you play a fucking PlayStation game, right? While you say some half-assed thing because you weren't paying attention. And it's obvious that you're not paying attention, right? I mean, I don't know what's going on. Are you bothered by people watching you, so you just watch, the game or you paint your toy? I don't know what's happening. But you must notice that it does not appeal to many people. And that's why, out of a large audience, you have a tiny minority of that audience watching you. Like, isn't that obvious? And you're going, what can we do to get better? Well, stop half-assing. That would be a great start. Take it serious so people can take you serious. I haven't mentioned people typing on their mic or people coughing or dogs barking in the background and someone's not muting or the TV's on. Right, like, I get that you don't care, and the minority that you have watching you doesn't care, but the majority, they get sick of that shit. Right? They don't want to hear all that background noise. They really don't. It's irritating, and they'll turn it off for that reason. And that's why, where you should have a bigger audience, you don't. Right? And you'll notice that the couple of streams that are happening that are pretty decent, usually they don't have that background noise. And that's, that's definitely one of the reasons they draw more people to them and more people stay watching them. You could have a good night, like if you're this half-assed group of people, but you have one good stream and you draw a few people. You'll notice that a lot of those people will leave your stuff when you go back on the next stream and you're making the noises and you're playing video games and you're painting toys. Like, most people they want nothing to do with that, right? Now, there's other ways of going ahead and painting and doing streams, and you could do a big focus on that, but then that becomes the topic. And in that process, when you see some of the painters having some success, it's because people don't view what they're doing in their stream or their video as half-assing. What they're doing relates to the topic. So then it's okay. And if you want to do a stream, a random stream out of your streams, and one is focused on maybe painting the miniatures, well then fine, that's appropriate for that stream. But if you're talking about, character death in a stream and somebody sitting there painting a fucking toy while they're doing it and they're in their 40s, 50s, or 60s, get that the fuck out of here, right? Be a fucking adult. Take the conversation serious. Focus. That's all you gotta do. Focus. I want to hear what you have to say, and I want to hear your serious opinion on these things. I'll find it both to be entertaining, I hope, and, informative. That it will inform me of something, help me think about something, give me an idea, right? That's what we're doing here when we're talking about tabletop role-playing games. It's a large brainstorm where we're all talking about the subject, sharing ideas, and at the end, we all hope to come out of it with something better for our own game, for our own experience. And yes, if you're a grown man, like playing video games on a stream, painting toys on a stream, typing without muting your mic, letting the dogs and TV go on in the background, well, you're a fucking immature asshole. And you need to grow the fuck up and take this all a bit more serious. And then again, people will take you more serious as you take this more serious. But I'm not going to take you serious if you're not serious. And if you're painting toys, right? If you're playing video games, if you're typing without the mute button on, well then you're not a serious person. Anyway, for now, take care. You know what you can do? You can hit the like button. You can share the video. Oh, and there's another button you can press. That one that lets you subscribe to my channel for more content. Oh yeah, there's that bell thing. You can press that so you know when I've uploaded a new video right away.